So today I went up into my attic. I'd finished sorting out my room and stuff that I'm going to be moving into the house, and I had to put some stuff up in the attic and get some stuff down. And while I was up there, I happened to remember a really freaky nightmare I had recently. So that is what I'm going to talk about today. So this nightmare is weird. It starts, or at least where I remember it starting from. I'm sat in a bed and my friend is like sat on the floor. And the weird thing about her being there is she didn't look like she does now. She looked how she used to when we were in school, so when we were about like 15, which is 10 years ago for me now. So yeah, it was quite odd that she looked like that, because it's been a while. And in the ceiling above her there was like an opening, like you would have for an attic, only there wasn't a door or anything on it. It was just like an opening in the ceiling. And I remember just feeling afraid already, which makes me wonder if the dream started earlier and I just forgotten the beginning. But I already felt afraid, even though it was just me sat there talking to my friend. And then all of a sudden this hand just flops out of the opening in the ceiling. So then I start freaking out and pointing at it, and my friend turns and looks, and she sees nothing there. So I look like a crazy person, and I'm freaked out because I'm imagining hands fall from the ceiling. And then of course, while I'm still freaking out about it, and she's looking back at me, the second hand drops. So I scream and freak out even more. And she looks, and she still sees nothing. And she looks back at me and genuinely concerned. And then this body just drops from the thing, and then that's when I woke up. It's one of the only times that I can ever remember that where I've frightened myself awake. Like I genuinely did the sat up in the bed, terrified thing. Because I scare pretty easy. If that was in a film, I would scream in the cinema. Yeah. So it's very strange and completely out of nowhere. That was a pleasant thing to remember while I was in my attic. And it's like, oh yeah, I had that dream where a dead body dropped out of the attic. Or an attic. So it's just so freaky. And it's strange, because it's quite unusual for me to remember what I've dreamt. Like, everybody dreams, obviously, and but I never remember any of my dreams. The only ones I do remember are nightmares. There's only 3 now, including the one I've just told you about, that I remember. And the first one, it was a good few years ago now, quite a long time ago. And I was on a ship, and it was sinking, and for some reason there was an acid leaking down from somewhere and melting the floors, which made escaping the ship all the more difficult. And there was some disembodied voice telling me where to go, which is incredibly strange. And I followed it because I apparently trusted it, and then I got out off the ship, and it was still in the harbour, but it was sinking. So that was a weird one. And then the other dream that I still remember was like I was in a survival horror game, like the older ones, like PlayStation 1 time, and I pressed this button. Was it a switch? I don't know. I did something, and you know, in games where they you do an action and then the cutscene shows what that action made happen, so you know where to go. It was like my dream did that. So I saw myself pressing the button, and then it showed these two jail cells, and for some reason when one goes up, the other one comes down. So I'd press the switch or whatever, and the one came down and the other one went up, and then all these monsters came out of it. Namely Pyramid Head from Silent Hill. So yeah, if you're familiar with Silent Hill, you know how freaky that is. And then a bunch of other zombie-like things came out and chased me. And yeah, that's all I remember of that. Just being, yeah. So that was freaky as well. Worries me a little bit that the only dreams I remember are nightmares, but don't remember them that often, so maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. And I've told people about it, and you always get some people like try to analyse them for you, and I've had all sorts of suggestions for that sinking ship one. So yeah, it's a very strange thing, and it's something I like to think about, because obviously your dreams come from your subconscious, and so there's all sorts of stuff going on in your head, and who knows why you come up with that stuff. I mean, the one with Pyramid Head seemed really random to me because I hadn't played the Silent Hill games or even watched the Silent Hill films for a very long time. It wasn't anything recent that I had done. So I don't know where that came from. Yeah. So those are my nightmares that I remember. So tell me what you think. Tell me about your nightmares. Tell me what nice dreams you've had that you remember. That'd be a nice change. It might cheer me up a little bit. And that's, yeah, I just wanted to ramble about that today because that's what I've been thinking about all day. So like, comment, share, whatever you like, and I will see you next week.
Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Woo!
Purple nails!